Hello, YouTube. Back for. I took a break yesterday, so it'd be day 4 technically. Back to day 3. I said I was gonna go over file systems, and the best way I thought I could do it is by just drawing a flowchart, because I'm really bad at scripting, like, not scripting, but drawing. So, this isn't going to be in any particular order, but by the end, I hope you'd understand it. So, what happens is Windows has a C drive, and that's where everything starts. YouTube OS starts at 0 drive. The C drive at 0 drive. Hopefully that makes a little bit more sense. So from here, you have, I'm gonna just peek over here. From here, you have all of your default files. Well, default directories, to be very specific, because you don't really have too many files in there. Well, you shouldn't. Okay, so you have your default directories, and an example of an extended. Oh, I should just went straight. Anyway. Okay, not particularly in order, but an example would be C /users / user. I'm not sure who you are. Desktop. I'm gonna expand this circle a little bit. So that would be an example for the Windows side of things. On this side of things, we're gonna have the same exact default directories, but we're gonna initialize those as time goes on. So all directories. And also going with my YouTube OS, it's not really a good thing to do when you get into more advanced file system stuff. But in the beginning, we will have files up here. Files. An example of this would be just about the same idea. We would have a 0 drive, uses, user, desktop. Now I'm gonna run over little tiny complications with you quick. First visible complication with how these two look are just about the same. Maybe one's coded slightly different, because I know Windows 10 is coded in C++ in assembly, and ours is coded in C# in assembly. Not too much of a difference, but there's some, oh hey, I can't directly do this without doing this first, but I will cover all of that, don't you worry. manage to mess myself up on the grammar there. Oh. Here is, how do I phrase this? Because we start out with the zero drive, anything else that we call upon, for example, if we call upon, like we call upon Joe, we'll be like, oh hey, this doesn't exist, because up here, our zero drive isn't actually a thing. What is a thing is this whole thing. And you may be a little bit confused by that statement, because I was at first until I figured out, so that's how that works. And just flop my face. Sorry if you hear some swine sounds. So our zero drive isn't a thing until we make it, because it's a virtual. I have no idea who Joe is, I could just say DJ is the name. Well, I think that could be a John too. There we go. Okay, that's not what I want. There we go. Sorry, sidetrack. I'm gonna say that one more time in a slightly different way to see if you got anything closest. So, 0, along with its extension path, has been created, but the zero drive itself was never created. It's just virtual, so this whole thing is created to itself. So if you have like a string, like a dictionary, the C# dictionary, I don't know if you know what that is, but you have the whole thing in there and there's nothing attached to it. But if you go through and you create, let me just draw this out for you so you can remember after I stop talking about it. If you go through all your stuff and create zero drive, and then you create the zero drive and uses, and then you create zero drive uses and the subcategory, which is like your users, so mine would be like DJ and then you go and create users desktop, which is a Pumid file structure. Like if I take you over to my command prompt, which apparently isn't on screen. Yeah, it is. And I type in tree, it takes you through the Pumid of all my files. So this is just about the same concept, except instead of having a right bound tree, it has an up and down tree in this perspective. So I'm working on another operating system with a group from France called Aurora OS. You can like look up on GitHub. One of the errors I had to fix was like if you type in CD space 0, it'd be like, oh hey, that doesn't exist, sorry. So that's the logic behind that. That's a really big complication. Not sure why it is that way, but like when you get into Windows Windows file system official, they've already like fixed all of that, but it's the same concept everywhere. Which I'm sure you would have figured yourself, but this is how this portion works. The other part of it is when I go through more advanced commands, I may show you this again and expand it a little bit more. And I was thinking about sharing this out and putting a Linux view in here because Cosmos, the thing I'm working with, also works on Linux because Visual Studio now works on Linux. And I could also put Mac in here. Mac also works with Linux now. Well, not it doesn't. It's all, Linux is basically Mac in a way. Ubuntu, Mac. I'll just do all the file systems in a row and build this whole chart off screen and then link it to you. I think you'd appreciate that a little bit more, but it's just about the same concept. Thank you for watching this video. Next video, I'm going to go into more detail about, I'm gonna get rid of my browser for a second here. Next video, I'm going to be going over more of the paths in our coding. We're gonna just do the very simple one and go add a fix for whatever. We can expand that later on as more advanced file creation system, but nothing too advanced right now. YouTube OS is going to be copyrighted eventually if I do put it on GitHub, so I'm going to change the name of this. But it's just the YouTube OS for YouTube. And then I'll continue all command stuff and put this in a separate class. Well, classes, I should say. Thank you for watching. Like, comment, and subscribe for more content because I'm pretty sure no other tutorial out there has done this for you. Hope you appreciate it. Have a good day.